Hello and welcome. Since most people don't seem to understand a joke when it comes and hits them in the face, I'm gonna put this right here. So, if you see this, be warned. This will be offensive, it might be funny, and it might be crazy. So, viewer discretion is advised, and if you can't take a joke, get out of here. Top 10 things I hate about the Total War community. Number 10. Very, very, very similar names. Now, most of you are probably going, what the heck does he mean by this? Well, I'll tell you what I mean by this. I'm talking about the fact that mostly everybody you know in the Total War community has a very similar name, such as Prince of Sparta, Prince of Seleucids, Prince of Athens, Heir of Thrace, Heir of Athens, Heir of Sparta, Heir of Rome, and so on and so forth. I hope you guys get the idea. Number 9! Advertisers. You know what I'm talking about. Whenever you put a rule on your channel that says, hey, don't advertise here, you know, it happens in every channel and every community, but it seems to be rising in the Total War community, okay? Whenever you make a rule that says don't advertise, it's some guy who goes onto your channel and goes, hey, nice videos. I really like your videos, even though chances are they probably didn't even watch a single dang one you posted. I subbed. Can you come check out my channel? Please sub to me. I mean, I hate those people. It's like, seriously, you know, if you're gonna tell me to sub, and, you know, I just told you not to advertise, you are basically trying to avoid my rule by making, you know, trying to add flavor text to it. Oh, nice channel. Come see my channel. I'm advertising. I hate those type of people. I really hate those type of people, and they seem to be pretty common in the Total War community nowadays, and I just want them to go die in a ditch. Number 8, extreme fans. Now, you're probably going, what's this one mean, too? Okay, I'm talking about those people who come to your channel, and they're all like, I like Prince of Macedon's videos, or I like Heir of Carthage's videos, or, you know, they have some YouTube commentator that they enjoy a lot. And that's okay, that is fine, but don't come to my channel or other people's channels and go, you suck compared to the Prince of Macedon or the Heir of Carthage. You'll never be as good as him. His videos are so great. That's why I subbed to him, because he's so awesome. Your videos are just crap, and you should probably quit the game. You know, you're not worth the time. You should stop these videos. It's like, you know, I hate extreme fanboys, and I hate extreme fans because all they do is annoy the hell out of me. You know, that's all they ever do. They come on here, they berate you, they rant, and then they try to compare you to someone who's like 5 times as greater than you, you know? You'll never be as good as Prince of Macedon. You should just quit the video making process. It's like, yeah, you know what, you can go screw yourself, because most of the extreme fans don't even have good videos, and if they do have videos of Total War, they're either crap, or they're an incomplete campaign, and I really laugh at those people who do that. Speaking of incomplete campaigns, number 7, people who upload incomplete campaigns and never finish or delete them. It really makes me mad when people upload campaigns and they never finish them. And I don't know until I get like halfway through it. And then I try looking for the new videos and I'm like, hey, where's the rest of the videos? And they're all like, oh, I didn't complete the campaign, or oh, I failed, or you know, they just have some reason they didn't complete the campaign, or they won't upload the rest, and then they start uploading new campaigns, and they never complete those ones either. To me, that is a big pain, and I just wish they would say they failed it, or they aren't going to upload the rest, because in all honesty, it's just annoying, and I find it irritating, especially when they lie. You know, you can tell some people are just going to fail the campaign because of a choice they made, or they did something crazy, but they still act like, you know, oh, I just got bored of it, so here's a new campaign. I really hate that, okay? I'm just saying, from a personal opinion, I hate that. And I'm sure a few other people do too. But if not, whatever, I don't care. Number 6, trash talkers. Okay, these are one of the biggest pet peeves of mine I have ever seen in the Total War community. Okay, it's fine to be good, but don't rub it in everybody's face because you beat them, or, you know, don't talk crap because you beat somebody. It's just annoying, and it makes you look like a total loser or a failure in life. I mean, come on now. Like, I was on YouTube one day, and I was just looking around, you know, for some videos because I was bored, and I found some guy's videos, and I won't name him because, you know, I'm not like that. I'm not going to shame somebody or, you know, bash on somebody, but all he did for 8 straight minutes in this video was talk about how his opponent was basically garbage. Like, he literally did nothing but bash this guy for 8 straight minutes and talk crap about him. And he even, like, went so far as to call the guy a bunch of, you know, racial slurs and offensive names, dude. It wasn't even cool. It was just like, wow, bro, seriously? You're really gonna do this to some guy you're playing against? Man, that's just bullcrap, you know? That is just bad. And, like, it just makes you look like a total loser. I mean, like, every time I see somebody do this, all I can think to myself is, what kind of loser does nothing but sit around all day and bash on some guy for, like, a few straight minutes because he wants to feel better about himself, you know? Like, that's just pathetic, and it's low. Number 5, history freaks. And when I say this, I don't mean people who are really into history. I mean, it's cool to be into history, okay? There's nothing wrong about it. I'm talking about those people who seem to think that everything in Total War games has to go all according to history, and everything has to be historically accurate, and everything has to be, you know, realistic. Like, there's no reason for it to be that way, and in all honesty, the game would be pretty boring if it was 100% accurate, you know? Like, if games were 100% accurate, Rome wouldn't have urban cohorts, okay? Urbans would be completely gone because those units aren't even historically accurate, and they don't even exist, I think. I can't even remember correctly, but, you know, or a bunch of other things. Such as matchlocks, because in all honesty, they sucked so badly back then that they wouldn't even be as effective as they are in the game. You know, and nor would cannons or fire rockets, because they may have existed, but they wouldn't be as accurate as they are in the game. If they were as accurate as they were back then, you'd probably have them blow up in your face more times than you could count. That's how bad they were, okay? I'm just saying. Nor would you be able to bring a whole army of samurais or a whole army of warrior monks, because they weren't that common back then, okay? There was no such thing as a whole army of samurais. Most of them were like a bunch of trained peasants, because the samurai and monks were a higher class, okay? The samurai were a warrior class, and though they existed, they did not bring whole armies of samurai to a battlefield. I'm just saying. Number 4, the very serious people. What I mean by this is those people who take the game very, very seriously. Like, all they do is they wake up every day and they jump on Total War and they play the game and they try to learn all the tactics they can, and then they go crazy, like, you know, I must learn everything, I must know how to do this, I gotta do this, you know, and they try to learn all these crazy tactics and they try setting it up, and they're all like, yeah, and they know every single thing about the game that no normal human being would know about, like, oh yeah, I know that if you do this and this, you somehow end up doing this, which creates a chain reaction, and they have like this crazy, like, psychic third sense ability where they know things are gonna happen before that you can even think about it. You know what I mean? Now, to me, that is just crazy, and the mere fact anybody would take the time to learn that stuff is kind of, I don't know. I seriously don't know. I'm sure we're all guilty of this one, where you have one favorite Total War game and all the other Total War games suck. Okay? It's most common amongst Rome fans, where most Rome fans are all like, Shogun sucks, Rome's awesome, and or, you know, somebody who plays Shogun, and they're all like, I didn't like Rome, Rome sucks, or, you know, they have some other favorite Total War game, and they just won't touch the others because the others are this inferior creature to this other game. And man, I am failing currently in the game. I really did make a bad formation there. But anyway, back to the point. You know, people who bash on one Total War game and then another, even though they all have their own flaws. Like, for me, I think Rome had the worst multiplayer out of all the Total War games, personally. You know why? Because they have so many factions, but half those factions can't do crap compared to the others, you know? Like, for example, the Seleucids. That faction is completely overpowered, okay? That faction is insane, okay? It's justified in campaign because they're surrounded, and historically they had access to all these other troops because, you know, they're surrounded by all these other cultures and stuff, and they picked up, you know, tricks of the trade. But multiplayer-wise, they are overpowered because they have a bunch of good units, and they have such a wide variety of units that they're just crazy. They have elephants, chariots, cataphracts, you know, all this other crazy units, and they're perfectly balanced, and that's what makes them OP. But then you play as, I don't know, let's say Gaul. Gaul is a barbarian faction that has very little units, which are very weak, and their morale sucks. So, certain factions in Rome are just complete crap compared to others, and nobody would even dare touch them unless they're like feeling crazy or they just don't know what they're doing. And if you do play as Gaul or Britannia on a daily basis, you would know what I'm talking about sometimes, because let's face it, you know, if you face an army of Romans or an army of Greek city-states or Seleucids or something, chances are you will lose. Shogun, on the other hand, the biggest complaint people give about Shogun is that it doesn't have factions. And in all honesty, that's what I like about Shogun, actually. I like the fact it doesn't have factions because it makes the units more, how you say, the same. Because all the units are the same, basically. But the thing is, since they're all the same, there's a very small chance of one unit being more overpowered than the other. But if you have like a bunch of different factions with their own unique units, you have like this big chance to become overpowered. You know what I mean? I don't know if I explained that well, but whatever. What I'm trying to say is the less variety, the less chance of there being a unit that's overpowered. Though, you know, Shogun did have problems with the monks, which was a pain for a while. And it still is sometimes, but yeah, I'll get to that later. Number 2, people who try to put the rules in their favor. Okay, let's say you're playing, you know, Rome, or you're playing Shogun, or you're playing Empire, Napoleon, whatever Total War game that floats your boat, okay? And the host goes, okay, we're gonna be playing this game, but no artillery. And you're like, oh, okay, no artillery. And then, you know, you pick another faction, and let's say that special faction's units are archers, and they're like, oh, well, you can't bring a lot of archers, and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. And then, when you get into the game, they spammed one unit, and they basically try to camp up on the hill for the rest of the game. You know what I'm talking about. Those type of people, who just try to change the rules so that it fits their favor. That really irritates me, okay? And I have seen it so many times to the point where it's just sad, and it really irritates me and a bunch of other people, you know? People like that are annoying as heck, and they just drive me insane whenever I see them, because, you know, come on, that's pathetic. Why would you even do that? You know what I mean? It's just bad, and if you do that, that's sad, and I pity you. You know what I'm talking about. This has happened to everybody at least once. Some guy does a noob tactic, or he spams a noob army, or he does something that's just annoying, you know, like an entire warrior monk army, or he camps on a hill, or something, and you basically end up beating that noob tactic of his, and then all he does the entire game is call you a noob. You're a noob! How you countered my noob tactic, so you're a noob. You know, how dare you use arrows to kill my spam army? You're such a noob, such a failure, quit the game. You know those people. I hate those people with a burning passion, and they just annoy me the heck and back. Anyway, if you haven't noticed, I lost in the background, so yeah. Anyway, that's what annoys me in the Total War community. If you guys agree with me, just say it. If not, then cool. If I missed anything, tell me too, because, man, seriously, I think I got everything, but if not, just tell me, because people do annoy me in the Total War community a lot. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Man, you people are still watching this? What are you waiting for? You expecting me to sacrifice a baby or something to the Demon Lord? Actually, that sounds like a great idea. I'm gonna do that right now.